TORP here. This is an interesting night for me. I came to check my comments on my last video, and guess what I found? All of them saying the same thing. I don't even know if they know each other. But I gotta say, I wasn't gonna make a video tonight. I had no intentions on doing it. I don't make videos until I get inspired, because that's when it comes from within. This one made my nipples hard, actually. This one right here. I don't know who this is, but I'm going to say his name out. Roy will be lame. Well, to be honest with you, that does sound a little bit like a sock account. Or, that's old term. New term, troll. But that's a weird way to be a troll. First, he spelled my name right in the comment. His punctuation's perfect. And he also called me a real gig worker with real content. But he asked me if I could answer a question. Now, if you all don't want to read it, don't read it. But if you do want to read it, it's on my last video before this one. I just gave it the channel name. You can read the comment yourself. Well, he wants to know about Roy. He even admits he's not a gig worker, which I said about a month ago when me and Roy was going at it, that Roy ain't no gig worker. He might have been one, but he ain't now. And what I said back then, I said, well, that don't count because it changes on a daily. Yeah, you know this. Everybody knows this. The app updates all the policies. There's so many things that change on a daily basis. Now, we call it gig work, but I'm going to stick with what I actually know because I do DoorDash 99.99%. That's what I do because I don't need to do nothing. I don't need to multitask. I don't need to do any of that stuff. My market presented me with an opportunity to go ahead and kick ass, and that's what I've been doing. I don't need to do Instacart, DoorDash, and Uber Eats. I don't need to. As a matter of fact, it would probably hurt me if I did because DoorDash is so good. And no, I'm not. I'm a top dasher by shop and deliver, ladies and gentlemen. I keep my acceptance rate between 20 and 40. Depends on the orders. I don't like it going below 20 because I do see something change there. And it's not a good thing. But it's not hard for me to keep it between 20 and 40. So with that said, he asked me about this, that Roy was a Domino's pizza boy, yet he still thinks he knows something about the gig community. Can you figure this clown out? Well, I figured it out about a month ago. But we got cut short because he wanted to start pulling this bullshit with the lives. Knowing full good goddamn well I wasn't going to make no 12 o'clock live. The DoorDash Revolution himself had to text me and say, you know, he's up there calling you out on live. I said, you know what? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got a dog. Dog comes before everything else on YouTube. There we go. I'll leave the door cracked so she can push it open. I don't edit. My little chihuahua, she got to take a shit. So she probably heard YouTube, and now she's got to take a shit. So I went down this road with Roy, and he pushed out this fucking live. He never gave me a heads up about the first one. He gave me a heads up about the second one, and he changed the time. Those motherfuckers in the lounge, I swear to God, they some players up in that bitch. Do you know what I said? I made a video. I said, what the fuck, dude? You changed the time. Even Flex fucked up. He came in that fucking live. I commented. I was the only other one besides Flex that commented. Flex said, well, what the fuck? With a question mark in caps. To his line. I was like, what the hell is Flex even doing here? I forgot. Oh, yeah, they're boys. Because Roy's what? Roy is now riding bitch. No, he's riding shotgun. You got fucking Bobby, Southern motherfucker, you always gonna be Southern Gay. Just because you change your name don't mean I gotta keep up with it. Alright, Bobby? Bobby. So, no, I was like, no, fuck that. Fuck all that. Y'all playing too much. You don't change it from 12 to 2 o'clock and don't tell nobody until after the live and say, hey, TORP's a no-show. Well, no shit, it was a no-show. It wasn't 12 o'clock, you douchebag. It was 2 o'clock. You changed the time. That's on you, brother. I told you that before. And what I mean by brother is motherfucker. This is that brother. So, here's what I got to say about Roy. Roy he got on my last nerve too many times. See, a lot of people got on my last nerve. Flex got on my last nerve. Body got on my last nerve. Dino got on my last nerve, but they brought it back a little bit. I could see they was playing. Roy don't know how to play. Roy has a problem with reality. His reality is based on one thing. Being probably the head troll of the lounge. That's what he does. I stand by what I said. That motherfucker will go in there and act like a big old badass on his channel. Like he knows everything. But what he does ain't got nothing to do with what we do. It just don't. He ain't got nothing to do with it. So what does he do? He go up in the lounge. Man, all fucking night like that. He does be coming in, I ain't lying. Schwab was cute as fuck, but she's getting on my nerves. Alright, so here's the deal. When we talk about Roy in the gig community, what we're actually talking about is Roy trying to find a home, a place to be accepted, a place to be relevant, a place to be understood. I see the way he opens up his lives. It's ridiculous. Hey, man, how you doing? Hey, Joe, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, how's it going? Yapping his jaw about nothing. You know what that is? That's called acceptance. He wants them to like him. Because otherwise, if he didn't, nobody'd like him. That's why Flex likes him. Do you really think that Flex is going to let that blowjob go free? Hell no. Flex has got him clinched. He don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. Why do you think Flex is so chill, man? He blows a nut every night. You be chill too. His prostate's in excellent condition. He ain't got no issues. None. He ain't no kidding. Erectile dysfunction is a Roy thing. It's not a Flex thing. Flex is getting off on all these idiots acting like they're special because Flex is letting them think they're special. That's why Roy is doing what he's doing. Because he feels special when Flex pets his back like a little kitty cat. Little pussy. Just flexing that hand right down Roy's back. Taking that tail and stroking it like, you the fucking man, motherfucker. You the man. You got this shit. Flex knows he's full of shit. Flex knows he's an idiot. Flex knows he's stupid and hated by a lot of people. But Flex don't give a fuck because he's getting a free fucking blowjob every lounge. And just to make sure that Roy swallows, Flex heads over to fucking... Oh, that's what kills me. Real talk with Roy will get Flex pounding over there every live. Why? Flex is going to make sure that boy's swallowed. That's what that is. And what I mean by swallowed is, I will support you, but you keep your ass in the lounge, and I will make sure you exist on your channel. It's a two-way street, partner. But don't forget, if you ever gonna ride shotgun again and don't want to be put in the bitch seat, come over to the lounge and start. Feel me? That's the conversation they're having in my mind. I could be wrong, but maybe I'm seeing a different channel. Maybe I'm watching a different lounge. Maybe I see a different Roy. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm just delusional. Maybe I smoke too much THC. Could be. It's possible. I mean, I'm mixing it with beer. You know, chemicals should be fucking hazmat. You should know what the fuck you're doing with chemicals before you stick them in your body, especially if you're going to mix them. And that's why I'm here. Because you guys got a chemical mix. And I'm the hazmat control. You got to be careful when you watch the lounge and then you go over to Roy's channel. Because Roy is full of shit, but his shit's being supported by the lounge. Because he knows how to suck a good dick. And when he sucks that dick, he's proud of it. I mean, he would come out and say it on live. He would say it. He said, you know what? Fuck you. I like sucking his dick. That's what he would say. He would. I just don't think that Flex would appreciate it too much. He's like, man, don't be telling everybody what we're doing. Just let them thank you because they keep coming back. And every single time a person comes back, they get paid, motherfuckers. They get paid. More subscribers. You know that Flex picked up another 100 subscribers since I went on the fucking lounge. He ain't got an extra one with Roy. Not one with Roy. But Roy's is like, that's like his bread and butter. It's like going into a buffet and saying, all this other shit's out, but they got what I came for. That's Roy. Roy head over to the lounge, and the lounge, yeah, another supporter, another jock supporter. Boom. We are the champions. Look at the lounge, baby. 37 views. Suck it. It's hard to get 37 views on live. Hard to do. I think the only time Pedro will get 37 views on live is when he's not being an asshole. So it's rare. Because usually he's just telling everybody how stupid they are. Flex don't really tell people how stupid they are. That's what I get back on the lounge in a heartbeat. If Roy wouldn't show up, but I know as soon as I do, Roy's going to show up, and I'm going to waste my fucking night arguing with a fucking blowhard that is a pizza boy and don't know shit about gig work anymore. Because the gig work changed. If he did it 6 months ago, if he did it 6 weeks ago, if he did it 6 hours ago, if he did it 6 hours ago, I might listen to him. Maybe. I'm not even sure about that. It just depends. But I should have fucking listened when it had been months, a year ago, 3 years ago. And his biggest claim to fame is what? Rideshare. Fuck does rideshare got to do with gig work? Oh, because it's a gig job. Like, man, that ain't the same fucking thing at all. Not even close. Food don't bitch. You know what I'm saying? Food ain't complaining. Customers complain, but the food don't bitch. You go and do a fucking shop and deliver, and you go find some items sitting on shelves and shit like that. That's a lot different than sitting there waiting for somebody that could be packing a gun. That man could tell us some stories that we can't relate to. So why in the fuck are we supposed to be relating to what the fuck he's saying when he ain't doing what we're doing? That's a fucking double standard of stupidity of all time that I've ever seen in this community. As a matter of fact, it kind of goes back to my old community. It's about as bad as that. That one made a little bit more sense because we were all just full of shit. This time, I ain't full of shit. This time, I'm calling out people that are full of shit. Last time, I was just a funny guy. I was just a funny guy. Man, we wasn't even talking about it. It was like Seinfeld of gig work. It's a fantastic show about absolutely nothing. I think that's what happened back then is we got bored and people started taking shit too serious. It got real. People got hurt. There were legal matters and all that shit. I've covered that. But I hope I answered your question. Roy will be blamed. Roy will be lame. That's kind of funny. My point is this. That's what's wrong with Roy. He's trying to fit in. He's like that kid in the auditorium that came in. The short, fat one that didn't have no friends. It's kind of awkward, you know what I'm saying? And all he wanted to do was fit in. He actually wasn't a bad dude, but he knew he had to be an asshole to fit in with the assholes because the asshole ruled the gym. And in my school, that's the way it kind of was too. The funny guys, the tough guys, you know, tough guy. Hey, tough guy, huh? Hey, tough guy. Hey, go fuck yourself, tough guy, huh? He wanted to be in that group. It was like, if I want to say that to somebody, but I can't say it unless I got their support. So what does he do? Head over to the lounge, suck some dick, go back to his channel, get the support for sucking their dick, and he can be all the asshole he wants to be. He gets a pass. It's like being a fucking mafia, being a made man. Roy is a made man in the lounge. That is why this clown about the gig community is doing what he's doing. I wish he was a clown, though. It'd be a lot easier to watch, because this shit right here is tough for me. Roy's got more issues than fucking a Chinese math book. He got more problems than a Chinese math book. People actually follow him. Hey, man, good show, bro. Good show, good show, good show. Mostly Flex, mostly Bobby, mostly Nick. I actually said it right. Y'all heard me. You can play that back, Necro. I said it right again. Yes. And that was off the cuff. Fuckers. Like a dick. So, I just explained what Roy is all about. Real Talk with Roy is all about that. Whatever I just said in 14 minutes. That's what he's about. I hope I cleared this up. But if I didn't, I'd be glad to make a part 2 to it and actually say how I really feel. Oh, one last thing. Roy, if you ever grow a spine, and you get rid of that yellow belly fucking streak you got going and try to put it off on other people like they got the problem, I'll listen to you like a man. Hey man, I ain't got no problem calling you a pizza man. But right now, you a pizza boy. Because you don't keep it real. Men keep it real, brother. And in the way I know that you're going to know that this is real is because it's going to sting. I said it like it was. Partner. Oh, by the way, do me a favor. Roy, if at all possible, could you do me a favor? Hold the cheese, bitch. TORP out.